A number of years ago while I was cruising through Market, I came across a most wonderful line made in Russia. It's the DeBrekht line. And all these pieces come from Moscow, and they're beautifully made, and in many cases beautifully carved. In this particular piece right here, the Santa on his sled, he is hand carved, so it's a numbered piece, and they're a limited edition. Now, just to give you a little information about how these are done, they're actually carved out of a single block of wood, and you have your carvers and your painters, and they do not cross over. One paints and one carves. And it's so interesting to know about both groups of these people, because some of them are famous for carving their faces, some of them are famous for carving the body, so you can have several artists involved in any one given piece. And sometimes you have many painters involved, those who do the faces as well. And as you get close onto the faces of some of these, when you really look at them, you wonder how the eyes are done so beautifully. If I could do my eye makeup that way, I'd be really happy. But these are beautiful faces, beautifully carved, and the artists are just magnificently wonderfully trained and talented. Now, after they'd done their wood carved pieces, and these are all painted with watercolors. That's another thing that's a little bit different, because most of the paintings that you see coming from Russia are done with an acrylic paint, so that if there's a mistake, they can more or less be erased and painted again. With the watercolor, they have one time and one time only to apply the paint. If it goes on incorrectly, they've basically ruined the piece, because they cannot erase or go over it. It immediately absorbs into the wood. Now, another part of their collection is the DeBrekht collection, which is actually made from a fiber of the wood in the carvings. And the original mold is carved, but from then on it's poured into that, but they're still all hand painted pieces, and they are numbered as well. Now, the newest part of the collection are the glass pieces. I think they're absolutely marvelous. And we have the different shapes in these, as well as we have the DeBrekht ornaments, but and the Santas and all, but the glass pieces I think are magnificent, and they're large balls, and you have some beautiful scenes on them from the winters of Russia. You see the moose, you see the barns and the farms and all, and the Santas, but they also have the religious pieces, which I think are absolutely magnificent. A new addition this year to the DeBrekht line are the lighted ornaments. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. Now, these would be something that I don't know that I'd necessarily put them in the tree as much as I would frame them in a separate stand to sit on a very special table in my home. But these, again, hand painted, beautifully done, but now they come with lights, and they have a battery that you do turn on and off, but boy, aren't they gorgeous. So as you look at the line of DeBrekht, I think you're going to see so much talent. It's a collection that I dearly love, and I'm glad we feature it here at Annabelle's.